First of all, it looks as though this state of emergency power, the 6-month extension, is going to happen. Do you see that happening today?
Well, good morning, Pete, and good morning to your viewers right around Australia. Look, I'm hearing a number of different things from my upper house colleagues this morning. I think this is going to be a very interesting debate in the upper house throughout today. If I was in the government, I wouldn't be so confident about getting 6 months over the line today. I really wouldn't. I think there's a lot of water to go under the bridge. I think there's going to be a lot of horse trading and a lot of negotiation going on up there today. So, no, I don't think you can safely say, from a government perspective, I don't think you can safely say that 6 months is in the bag, and nor should it be. It's an extraordinary power grab. And, I mean, the arrogance of this government, I mean, we got an exposure draft of the bill sent through to us last night again, which is talking about a 6 to 12-month extension of a state of emergency. It's still not a final draft that will be tabled in the Parliament. I mean, this is last-minute, haphazard, arrogant behaviour from the Andrews Labor government, and it's an extraordinary and extreme overreach power grab. I mean, what should be happening is a month-by-month situation where if they need extra powers, they need to come back to the Parliament and get parliamentary approval to do so. And this extraordinary power grab will be voted against by the Liberal and National parties.
So is there a limit that you would want? If it is month by month, would you want to stop that at 6 months or earlier than that?
Well, we need to be guided by the figures and the health advice. We need to be we need to be guided by the caseload. I mean, and this is the point that I think Josh made very well yesterday on your program, and the Federal Treasurer. And I think that we need to see a roadmap. And Andrews is talking about, we can't give you a date. Well, give us the numbers. How many cases per day or average cases per week or total number of active cases is going to be acceptable enough for you to start to reopen the economy? What does success look like? Your contact traces, Mr. Andrews, have been, frankly, compared with New South Wales, a shambles. So what number of cases can they cope with to be able to ring fence every new case to make sure that every contact is spoken to make sure that the virus doesn't yet again get out of control? These are the sort of facts that need to be put on the table. This is the sort of roadmap that industry and small business desperately needs in Victoria, so people can start to plan, but more to the point, so everyone can have a little bit of hope in their lives. I mean, we have Father's Day on Sunday. No one's going to be allowed to see Dad. We couldn't see our mothers on Mother's Day, but we just need a little bit of hope. We need to see some light at the end of the tunnel.
What do you think it should be? The number for when Melbourne can come out of lockdown?
Well, to be frank, that depends. And I'm not trying to, I suppose, dodge your question here, Pete. I'm being quite honest. That really depends on what is the numbers that are advised by the Chief Health Officer. But more to the point, what are the numbers that the contact tracing team can cope with? And, of course, I don't have that information. I don't have that advice, being an opposition shadow minister. Yeah. But you can see the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah, sure. So do you believe that New South Wales is the model moving forward?
I've said for the last, month and a half, the best thing we could do is get the New South Wales contact tracing team to Victoria. They seem to be leading the nation and indeed seem to be world's best practice. They are doing a fantastic job. And Victoria has been left behind. We've still got thousands of cases where no one knows how they got the virus. I mean, this is just totally unacceptable.
What do you make of this traffic light system? So the Premier was talking about this yesterday. It has been there's a few cases of this around the world. Some governments are kind of moving towards this. A green light obviously would indicate that a place is COVID safe, and then it comes down from there. What do you make of that? Does that have merit?
Well, look, I've seen something this morning from California that looks relatively similar to what the Premier's been talking about. I need to see more detail. I heard the Premier mention this at his press conference yesterday. I mean, he does very long press conferences, this bloke. There's a lot of information that's sort of couched for the media to discuss, but there's no real concrete plans. Again, I mean, this melodrama and sort of the game playing. We now have to wait till Sunday to see how our lives are going to be lived over the next couple of months. I mean, honestly, it's cruel. Actually, it's cruel behaviour from a Premier that, frankly, stuffed this up so badly that he is the laughingstock of the nation.
Well, I mean, there are quotes from Innes Willox last night suggesting that there's been zero consultation between Daniel Andrews and the business community. Have you been able to speak to businesses, and have they expressed to you what would be a workable system moving forward?
Look, I've had a number of discussions, particularly with local businesses in my electorate and also with my planning portfolio. I've had a number of discussions with peak bodies in the construction and property industry. Look, the Premier's office is acting like a bunker at the moment. No one can get anything out of them, apparently. No one in business, no one around town can get any idea about what they're planning. And I think this probably goes for colleagues within the Labor Party as well, to be frank, of the Premiers. I mean, this guy has a siege mentality. He's not talking to anyone. He knows that it's his government's fault that the second wave started because of their hotel quarantine fiasco. And we've got a situation in Victoria this morning where he's seeking a 6-month extension of the state of emergency, which is an extraordinary power grab. And on Sunday, apparently, he's going to give us a roadmap back, but he's not talking to anyone, whether it's in commerce, small business, his own Labor Party. Is he talking to the union movement? I don't know. But whoever he's talking to, I don't think they're getting through to him because it's a very strange set of circumstances down here this morning, I can assure you.
There's a couple of details not confirmed in The Age this morning suggesting that, well, for starters, you've got to wear masks in restaurants, cafes, all staff, that should be. That when it comes to meetings, business meetings, well, they should be held outside if possible. Are they two things that you think would be a good start?
Well, look, if there are sacrifices that can be made by individuals to get businesses back open, and I'm talking very broadly here because again I don't think anyone truly knows what's going on.
Sure.
So I know journalists hear bits and bobs where they can and they report that, and fair enough. But no one truly understands what's going on here. I don't think people inside the government even know what's going on. I would just say at a very broad and high level, if there are sacrifices that can be made by individuals to get businesses back open, then that's a good thing because, as the Federal Treasurer told you yesterday, household spending in Victoria is down 30%. 30%. Down, around the rest of Australia, it's down only 3%. I mean, Victoria is going to be the rust bucket state of the nation very, very soon unless we can get businesses back open. And whatever we can do to assist them to do that, we should.